calculator series. What we are going to do in this video is to add buttons to our application, because if we don't add buttons, it's not looking pretty good. So to add button, just basically simple. We can say btn 0, which is for button 0. So we can say button. I'm going to add a few buttons and then I'm going to pause and complete the other one. So I can add the test. Since here is going to be test is going to be 0, and then I can set the height. Everything that we're doing here, I've explained everything in our Tkinter series. So I can set the height to somewhere around 2, and then the width somewhere around 5, so it will look good. We're not going to add anything like command as of now, but as we go, we're going to add command to it. So I'm going to grid it on the screen. So let me try grading it on the screen. Let me say I set it to somewhere around, this guy is row 1. So let me set it to be in row 2. So let me set it row what? 2. I'm going to adjust some things here. So it's going to be what? Column. Let me just set it column 0. So I think with this, we also try to add a background. Let me just add a background. BG is going to be gray. Also add the background color for it to be gray. So let's run this and see what we have here. So you can see I have 0 here. If I click on it, the color changes. So I can, but on a normal shell, there's no calculator that actually start from 0 here, 1, 2. But let me add other ones too. We can try to adjust it later on. So I can, so one is going to be for our 0. Here is going to be for our 1, 2. Sorry, here is going to be 1. So here test here is going to be 1. As of now, the button is not going to do anything to give it a command. So here is going to be 2. Here is going to be button 2. Here is going to be button 2. So let's run this. But I want to also look at the row is going to be the same thing, but the column is going to be increased a little bit. So here is going to be 1. So it won't lap together. Here is going to be 2. So let's run this and see the results on the screen. Why is this looking ugly? This look as if we are being packed. Why is it not joining together? So let me use this sticky guy. This sticky guy can help us. So I can say sticky. Sticky is going to be forgotten that. Was that NSEW? Yeah, I think that was NSEW. So I can put it here after our column. What this sticky guy is basically going to do is going to take all the available space that exists, because you can see this guy was not looking good. It was being spaced out too much. This guy look good, two look good. Why do I have one behaving like this? Welcome to Easy Kids Calculator. Why is it behaving so? Okay. The reason why I think this should be behaving like this, because when you look at it, this seems to be, I think since color 1 is, I don't know, but I think let's shut this down. I think that should be one of the reasons causing that. We're still going to find out the problem for that. So let's see. Okay, as you can see, it went back to the normal position that we want it. Even the 0 seems a little bit bigger, but let's just leave it like that. And this test guy tend to move down a little. Our entry for this guy tend to move down a little bit. So we need to push it up. So here is our entry. So we need to push it up. We are going to minus it. So let me set it somewhere around 2. So let's run it again. Can see it went perfectly well. So there's no calculator. Let me just open my calculator on my PC. Let's look at something. Why is it not open? So let's look at this calculator right here. So let's look at this calculator right here. You can see that most times start from, let's look at this calculator right here. See that most times start from 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So putting 0 in front here, like what we did here, it's not actually making sense. So we're expecting a situation that here should be somewhere, maybe somewhere around 7, 8, 9, and so maybe something like divide or x, something like that. So that's basically what we're going to actually do. Try to move this particular, and what I'm just going to do is to change the row on it. So I'm going to do that. So this button 0, I can decide to put it to row 7. I just want to put it to row 7 so it will go down. Other things I want to add before this guy. I also want it to look like what we actually did initially. So this button 1, I can set it to what? Row somewhere around, maybe I can say row 4 with this button 2. I can set it to row 4, but the column is going to, here is going to be 2, and here is going to be 1. This button 0, I'm not going to do much of it, but since it's in row 7, so let me just set it somewhere around, the column should be somewhere around column 1, because I want it to be the second side. But let's run this and see what we actually have. And so I have something like this, but okay, so like what we did here, I'm going to pause this video and add other ones, but just know that everything is still going to be in similar way that like what we did here. I'm just going to add other buttons, then try to adjust the row and the color. You can still definitely do the same thing by yourself. It's not hard for us to implement. So I'm going to pause this and then I'm going to implement it so we can see how it actually works. So let me run this. Let's see what we have here. So up to this point, I was able to add 1, 2, 3, and then we have the plus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've not added 9, but okay, I've added button 9, but I set it to 0 here. So it was 9. Let me stop this and run it again. Can see I was able to put 1, 2, 3. This is making a little bit of sense, and 0 is always the last. But actually, it's supposed to be flipped on top. But I think like this is not actually bad or anything that's bad in this way. So our next video, I'm going to add other buttons too, like that of the plus. So we have the plus here. So we're going to add that of the divide, multiplication, the delete, and that of the clear. That's basically what we're going to add in the next video. So if you enjoyed this video to this point, everything that I did here was just basically what I did initially, just for this button 0, button 1, and for button 2. I just copied it and then redo for button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7. All what I did was just to place the row and the column, tweak the row and the column. If you are to look at it, there's no difference. Everything that I did, they are just the same. There's no difference, they're just the same thing, just that the role and the column changes depending where you feel you want to place it on it. So I think that just basically it. There's not really much for me to explain. So in the next video, I'm still going to do basically the same thing to add for that of plus. Plus, I want it to be in this particular place, minus in this particular place by tweaking that of the row and the column. So I think with this, you have a little bit you have a little bit knowledge on how you can place your things on the screen or in the scene. I've explained everything really well in my previous video in this beginning of this Tkinter series. So I think with this video, we're going to stop in the video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. It's not going to take money from your pocket. You can also hit the like button. You can also share it if you think you find it useful, and I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.